How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. It's another beautiful day to be alive, as they say. Rest in peace to Takeoff from Migos. I'm going to go live and talk about him later today. I have to say, where the heck is my other light at? Excuse me a second, family. I'm just getting back to business here, so... Anyways, so yeah, rest in peace to Takeoff from the Migos. It's crazy, and I was just in Houston. I just got back from Houston on Sunday night, and the fact that it happened there is just mind-boggling. You know, I remember. I'm not going to go into that now because that's for later on this evening. But check us out on Larry's Anything Goes LLC. Facebook and YouTube, and we'll chop it up, and because when I go live on those platforms, I don't just want to hear myself talk. I like to get other people's opinions all at the same time, and to me this is sad, all at the same time. So you definitely check us out, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it's a crying shame. But anyways, today's word of the day is basically carry out, to put into practice, to follow or obey and whatnot. And I chose this word today because the best thing about, for me, coming back on vacation, it actually helps me. It's like I have certain things in life that's a form of therapy. Working out is my physical therapy. Making content is kind of like my mental therapy, in a sense. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm just saying what works for me. People have prayer, people have meditation, people do yoga. Everybody has their thing to get themselves going. For me, traveling, making content, reading, and listening to podcasts. That's my thing, and I'm not ashamed to say that. It's not against the law, so I'll leave it at that. It's not unethical, but that's my thing. And when you carry out, you need to be able to be ready to execute. I was just watching a video on the minority mindset before I started recording. It's talking about the big retirement changes coming soon to 401ks and Social Security. And America's in a retirement crisis right now. And that's another thing that does not get talked about enough, because what Elon Musk and Kanye West have to say, as the older I get, it boggles my mind. And this is one thing I will talk about, how grown-ups, I'm not talking about teenagers, because when you're a teenager, you're still growing mentally, physically and spiritually. But grown working people, whether they have kids, whether they're married or not, they will spend way more time talking about what a celebrity and a politician has to say than they will about what's actually going on in their real life and how they can affect change. Because the best way for you to not affect change in your life on any level is to not discuss and think about the things that you need to change. We're all responsible for doing that. I myself am guilty of this, and that's why I can say this. I'm not, casting stones in a glass house, because I have to check myself mentally. Like, okay, well, who cares? I had to just get to that point and say, well, who cares what? Especially like I've said this before. If I see billionaires not having a billionaire conversation, but they're having a political and freedom of speech conversation, I question that conversation, because I don't care if I can't speak my mind freely on a platform. That's just what it is. It doesn't do anything for me, especially if I'm not making any money off of that platform. And my mindset is, if you have a big following, then the people will follow you if you go elsewhere. That's just what it is. I know Twitter is important. I'm rarely on Twitter, if that. I only really utilize it to just post my business, about my online store and my content and whatnot. But I've learned to stay away from the stupid political conversations, because to me, most of those conversations, they only have substance for the people who make a honest living off of it. So if you're a news pundit on any level that's working for a major network, you're making money off of it. You're making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a year off of it. I get that. But your regular everyday Joe Schmo that wants to have a discussion about that from the left or the right and not making any money off of it, if that gets your rocks off, then go for it. But I don't lose sleep over things that don't turn my lights off, and over things that don't put me in my deathbed. I just don't. I've had to learn that. It's what they call, in a sense, emotional intelligence. I've had to learn that about myself. And I hope everybody tries to, I'm not perfect at it, but I implore everybody to learn that about themselves, to focus on the things that truly matter and stop focusing on things that don't really affect your life from a day-to-day aspect. Like if bullets are happening in another state and they're not happening in my backyard, I really don't worry about it. I'm just going to be quite honest. I really truly don't worry about it. But that's just me. But just do your best to carry out and execute in every aspect of your life, because if you don't and you spend so much time worrying about what everybody else is doing, then my mindset is always like this. What are the things that matter the most to you on that you're going to have to come to a conclusion on your deathbed? What are you going to wish that you did more of? What are you going to wish that you accomplished more of? Is it arguing about what Elon Musk and Kanye West have to say? Their families are taken care of for generations upon generations. Is it worrying about what some politician says or does? Their families being taken care of upon generations upon generations. What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for your family? Those are the things that matter to me. Now, if it doesn't matter to you, because that should be top priority. That should be the main level of conversation. The celebrity gossip nonsense, they do a great job of distracting everyday working people. And to me, I always kind of look at it, they're actually great wizards and whatnot, because they're just like, dance, puppets, dance. But anyways, I digress. I've gone off on a rant today. So anyways, today's quote of the day is by Mr. Tom Hanks, one of my favorite actors. And when I was down in Galveston, I actually had a beautiful pleasure of going to Bubblegum Shrimp, and it just brought it back some. I've been going there since 2013. Went to the one in Santa Monica, California, went to the one in Long Beach. So brought back a lot of great memories. But anyways, Tom Hanks says, never give up, because you never know what the tide will bring in the next day. And I could not agree with that statement more. And the best way to not give up on yourself is to be persistent and to move forward, to not overthink, but over execute. It's cool to analyze, but analyze the things that matter. It's cool to think about things in a productive manner, but think about the things that matter. Think about the things that are going to have an actual effect on your day to day. Things that actually have an effect on your grind. Because to me, that's what matters. If it has an effect on my grind, then I'm like, cool, I got to go out there and try to get mine. Let me focus on that. Because those are the things at the end of the day that I'm passionate about, and that's what makes me me. If I never make any more money off of making content, it doesn't matter, because I'm passionate about putting out my perspective and gathering other people's perspectives all at the same time. So that's one passion in my life that I always ensure to engage in on a regular basis. So on that note, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Don't forget to check out my online store. I'm going to be putting out a Christmas discount promotion out soon on my Shopify store. Thank you for those who have supported the channel, from giving me donations via PayPal, via Venmo, via Cash App, and people that have bought on my online store. It's greatly appreciated. But I always just ask, hey, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I had to say that 3 times. And on that note, family, as I always say, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to sign up with WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, Crypto.com, Coinbase. With all those platforms, you'll be able to make some money. Specifically with WEBULL, you will have the opportunity to get some free stocks. All the links are in the description, including my online store, including my donations for all the Snapchats, Venmos, and PayPals. So on that note, as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care.